So once what we'll do, we will retest that in the build visibility. If the defect is fixed, then only we will update the status as closed. Got it? So what are the status? Basically new or open, assign, fixed, closed, or reopen. Yes or no? So always I told you the defect status from new or open to closed. So if the defect is fixed, then I will make it as a closed. So once the defect is closed, then the defect ID we will not consider in the defect report. In the unique defect ID I told no, that is resolved. That is resolved. No need of reopening the same case. Understood?
Yeah.
Any doubt?
No, looks
Basically
good so
simple
far.
concept, build mismatch happened. Okay. Build mismatch happened. Why? Because we have tested the defect in one of the build, but developer is retesting the defect in the some other build. So we should tell it as a defect build mismatch. We should communicate the developer that see some build issue happened. We have found a defect in this build, but you are retesting in the some other particular build. That's it. So take the screenshot now. Let us go to the next example.
Yes, I
Are
got
you
it.
understanding or are you
Yeah.
getting confused?
So, yeah, basically what you're trying to tell is that we might find a defect in a prior build which has been
Yes.
fixed by the developer in a subsequent build because he has copied the old code, and in that process it might have been fixed automatically.
Yeah. I mean, while copying, it will not get fixed while writing the new code.
Yeah, like because he copied the
Yeah.
old code and
Mm,
he was
mm.
working in the
Yes, yes.
subsequent build,
Yeah,
so it might
yeah,
have been
yeah.
fixed automatically.
Yes, correct.
Mhm.
So take this screenshot.
I did.
Good. So let us go to the next example now. Example number 3.
Mhm.
There will be some inconsistent defects. What will be there?
Inconsistent.
Inconsistent. You can't do anything that time. You have to tell the developer that there is an inconsistent defect is going on. Definitely you have to check your code. Why? If you're clicking on the card, it is going for the address. Okay. Same issue I will take. Again, if you're clicking on the card, it is going to the card page only. Got it? One time you have checked, that time it went for the address. Second time when you check, it is going for the card page. So what you have done, you have prepared a defect report and communicated to developers. Okay. So developer is reproducing when you clicked on the card. When you clicked on the card, for him it is showing cart only. It is not showing address. So what is the solution for this issue is you should record your screen. Got it? Whenever you find this inconsistent defect, what you should do, you should record the screen from the step by step, like you are clicking on the cart one time. It is showed what page? Cart page only. Next, again click on the cart. Got it? Again, click on the cart. It is showing cart page only. Record. Don't stop it. If you are finding any suspension, you need to do that. Next, you clicked on the cart. That time it definitely shows you the address. So anyhow, it is recorded, right? That time in the defect report, see how beautifully the defect report they have created. There is something called as add screenshot.
Or
or
add a video recording.
video. Got it? So you
Mm-hmm.
can add the video as well. So you just go and upload there. So once you upload, definitely there will be no inconsistency. You are showing them a proof that, hey
Mm-hmm.
boss, it is not a issue, is not reproducible. This is a defect. You have to fix it and you have to, we will close the defect. That is what we will tell. Got it?
Yeah,
Yeah, take the screenshot.
I did.
Done. Okay. Next, we will say that improper defect report. So what is that improper defect report? Let me explain you with an example. There is a page. Let me take it as a sign up page only or login page. Or login page only, let us take. There is a username. Okay. There is a password. And there is remember password, or yeah, remember password checkbox, login and cancel. Have you seen this type of pages? Hello.
Yeah.
Have you seen this type of pages, right?
Yep.
So what I have done, I have entered the valid username, valid password. Okay. And I
Mm-hmm.
clicked on the login. So for me, home page is displayed successfully.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the home page successfully. Okay. So this is done. So what I have to do now? Next step, I will enter the username, password, click on remember password. I'm clicking on login. The button
Mm-hmm.
is not working. Button is disabled
Mm-hmm.
whenever I'm clicking on the remember password button. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So in the defect previously, there was no uh, defect report was standard that time. There is no steps to reproduce defect, or there is a steps to reproduce defect, but as a test engineer, I have not concluded it properly. How? Let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you, there is a one of the text field that is steps to reproduce defect in the defect report. I'm talking about that. So whenever you find the defect, you have to mention the steps as well in the defect report, like when you find that particular defect. So when I entered valid username and password and clicked on login button is disabled. So what I have done is I have missed a very important point, that when I have
You have to
selected the
click the
remember
remember.
password,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
this is what I'm just giving you a simple example that you have missed
Mm-hmm.
this. It
Yeah.
means I can tell you this is an improper defect report.
Mm-hmm.
You have created a defect report. Some mistake is there in the defect report. I'm just given an example, but you might given the wrong defect ID or wrong build
Mm-hmm.
ID or wrong
Mm-hmm.
something, okay, which is mismatched to the developers. So what he
Yeah.
will do, developer, he will open the application. He will enter the valid username and valid password, click on login button. For him, home page will display. Developer is not having too much time to
Mm-hmm.
himself to test. So what he will do, he will tell issue is not reproducible. Got it? He will directly tell issue is not reproducible. So this is one of the example. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Understood? Huh? Understood?
Yep.
Okay, so take the screenshot. There is one more example so that you will completely understand the scenario. See, this is when you are working in a company, you might find this type of issues. This is purely interview type of questions. Got it? Whatever I am teaching, no, these things we have faced when we are testing. So that examples I'm giving, it's not something a syllabus kind of thing. It is not a syllabus. This is a practical I'm doing. The complete defect life cycle, whatever I'm teaching, no, it is not a simple concept to study and forget. This is what you will see in your daily life when you are become a test engineer.
Right.
So let us take an example number 5. There is an inbox. Okay. There is an inbox. There are 100 mails in the inbox. When you select all and delete, select all and delete feature is not working basically. This is the scenario. I'm just given an example. So basically, inbox is a feature. Select all is a feature. Delete is a feature. But 100 mails is a data. What is this?
Data.
This is a data. Data will be created by us as a test engineer or as a customer. See, when you are using an Instagram, right? If you are seeing a reel is a data. If reel is not working, means the reel is not developed properly. That's it. It's not a Instagram issue. Got it. That is an example. So in the inbox, 100 mails are there. So when I am communicating, there is something called steps to reproduce defect. Okay. There is one of the section called as steps to reproduce defect. What I have mentioned, when we select a mail and delete, the feature is not working. Or when we select mails, I'm not telling a single mail. When we select the mails and delete, the delete feature is not working. So this is what I have mentioned in the steps to reproduce. Okay, like you go to inbox, select mail, something like that. But this data is there. No, this we will call it as a test data. What is that? Test data. Okay, I have not mentioned this test data. In my defect report, it means my defect report is having some problem now, improper defect report. What developer will do? Developer will open inbox. He will select one mail and he will delete, or he will select. I have mentioned mails. No, I will select 2 or 3 mails and I will try to delete. It will work. But here the thing is selecting 100 mails.
Yeah,
This
you have to
100
select
mails
all.
is the data. So yeah, so this 100 is not working. So this is a defect. So we should not miss the test data in the defect report. In the defect report, there is something called as test data. What data you want to, for what data you are doing the testing? For one mail or for 10 mails or for 20 mails, the data also you have to mention. So day by day, whenever test engineers are finding the defects, different kind of defects, they started to update their defect report, such as search bar. It was not there previously. Steps to reproduce were not there. Okay. There was no screenshot. There was no defect ID or build ID. Sorry, not a defect ID. There was no build ID. There was no test data. Got it. So there are several attributes we used to miss in the defect report. So day by day, by facing this type of issues in the company, we started to update the defect reports. So I will give you the proper defect report, okay? I can tell it as a master copy. What copy? Master copy, without missing any of the attributes. So let us see that in the next upcoming time, okay? So you understood what I mean by test data?
Yes.
So this is a feature, this is a feature, this is a feature, but this is a data. So whatever humans will create and store in the application, that data is what we will call it as a test data. Hmm. Okay. Now take the screenshot.
Yep, I did.
Very good. So now let us see, whenever the developer will tell postpone or I'll fix the defect in the upcoming releases. Why developer will tell this? Why developer will tell, hey, test engineer, I will postpone this defect, man. This is, I will not fix in this particular release. So why you will tell? So
I'm
there
sorry.
are,
Can you repeat the last sentence?
yeah. So sometimes developer will tell, hey, test engineer, I will not fix this defect now. I will
Okay.
postpone. I mean, in the
Okay.
future, I will fix. So when developer might tell that type of scenarios, okay?
When it's not
Let us see.
critical situation.
No, let us see one by one. When there is a release means we have to release tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Okay, so he
So
has time
there
constraint.
are many critical or blocker defects which will affect the customer are working on, who is working on, developers are working on. That time you find one minor defect. It means some spelling mistake or something. You have communicated developer to fix that issue. So developer will tell, since it is a minor defect, okay, it will not affect the customer. So we will fix in the upcoming release. Got it? Understood?
Yep.
Next, there is one more scenario. I will tell you one more scenario. There is a feature, one of the feature, let us take home page or something, some feature you assume, inbox, sent items, or charts, something. This feature is not scheduled to release in the current cycle or current release cycle. Current release cycle means tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whatever release is there. No, in this release, this particular feature is, we are not releasing this particular feature. There is this feature priority only not there. So that time, if you find any defect, definitely we are not going to release that. So we will postpone that. Later we can see. That is what it will make sense. Got it? Or else they will be busy in fixing the defects, that is a blocker or critical, and you found a defect which is not important for that particular release, then developer definitely will not fix that. Understood? It is not scheduled to release in the current cycle. Current cycle means present, ongoing cycle. Next, if you find a minor defect visible to the internal user, Minor defect visible to the internal user. Internal user means the customer always. Means the owner. Are you understanding? Owner of the software.
Mm-hmm.
So he will be having an admin access. Any data, anything, all the details he can see. The app is there, no? App,
Mm-hmm.
the application. That will be seen by the end users. Means us, you and me. We are using the Flipkart, no? The Flipkart or Amazon, we are the end users. But the people who is working inside the application or who is working for the application, the developers who is developer that and the owner of, I can tell you the owner of the app, Amazon, he will be a customer for the software company. Understood? If you
Right.
remove the customer,
Mm-hmm.
you will understand now. Owner of the software, end users means we. So internal user, minor defect is visible for the internal user. Internal user means the owner. For the owner, some defect is visible. But for the app, for us, for the end users, the software is working fine. Okay. That time, we don't have a time now to fix the defect. Definitely what we will do, we will tell that we will postpone the defect. We will not fix that particular defect in the current release. For example, let me give you my company website only. Okay. I'm just working on one of the company called as Book My Puja. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is a traditional based application. So this is 1 second. Let me go to my office mail only. Official. So you see here, whatever you are seeing here, right? This only I can see because I'm working in the company. I can see all these details because I'm an internal user. Understood? So there is some defect over here. You are the end user. You are the end user who is trying to book the puja. Puja means right? Some
Yep.
ritual which we have to perform in the house. Let us assume you have to do Gruha Pravesh Puja.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is fine here. See, some chatbot is coming and asking you if you want to do the Griha Pravesh, 16,000 is visible. You can click here for booking. If you want to book, you have to give your mobile number. Everything is perfect. But there is a defect which is visible for me in the internal side. Some FAQ is not working, order is not working, Pandit page is testimonial is not working. If testimonial is not working, you can still book the
Puja.
whatever the puja, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that time, what developer will tell, he will postpone that. That is how my developer is also working actually.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I am finding the defects, I'm telling him, he will tell, hey boss, this is not a good priority. I'm working on a priority things. Let us keep it aside. I will tell, okay, anyhow, it is not required for me. Because internal user, I know if the look and feel is not good. See, you only observe here. See how it is looking. Empty. Yes or no? This is
Mm-hmm.
not looking the color or something, color contrast. See, the names, the price names only not showing.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yep.
This is a puja prices. Okay, see here, we are in the package. There is
Mm-hmm.
a basic standard premium. But where is the name? But if you see the application over here, where I can see basic also, what is there, how much price, visible, no? So developer told, hey boss, anyhow you are uploading, don't worry. Let us see it later by. He told many days ago later by, but still is keep on postponing. That is what I'm telling. Owner, whenever we are seeing some defects, but that is not visible for you, that time chances are there developer might tell postpone the defect. Understood?
Yep.
Yeah, good. So take this screenshot. Done?
Yep.
Good. So there is last status, that is a RFE. So it means request for enhancement. So what do you mean by enhancement basically?
Means improving.
Yes, improving or developing, something like that. So there is some feature, okay, which is not present in the requirement. I'm telling you, there is a feature in the application, but that is not there in the requirement. For example, simple example, there is a login page, okay, where username is there, where there is a password, where there is a forgot password, where there is a login button, where there is a cancel button as well. Okay. So the requirement says that we want username. So the requirement says that we need a username, password, login button, and cancel button. But what my developer is done, developer is copied the code. See how companies will work. Let me explain you. There is an Amazon company, right? So I have already developed the software. The software is ready. I have released. Some other customer came. He will tell, hey, I need one more software. See, this customer is different. One more new customer came, customer 2. He is telling that, hey, I need a software. Its name is Flipkart. It should have a login page. Hey, login page, then I have already developed for Amazon. This they will not tell to customer, just they will go to there, they will copy that code and they will put here only for the Flipkart. Only front end, whatever we are looking, no, that code they will change. So source code will be remain same. In the source code, this particular customer is not telling that we need a forgot password also. Is not mentioned anything about the forgot password. Got it? But as a test engineer, when you got the software, you will test the username, you will test the password, but there is no requirement for the password only. When there is no requirement, we will tell this as a defect. If the new or extra feature is developed, that is also a defect. If the feature is not according, or if the software is not according to the requirement, that is also a defect. Got it? So that defect I communicated to developer. Developer is telling, hey, this is an enhancement. Got it? He's telling that, hey boss, this is an enhancement. It is a new thing. Which I am assuming and I am creating this. This might help. This is an update.
Can
I
you
will tell, hey boss, but it is not there in the requirement.
please repeat it one more time?
Basically, there are the customers. Okay, customer will give the requirement, right? So there is Amazon is given the requirement. Is the customer number 1. This software is developed and we have delivered also. Okay. Some days later, customer 2 came. He is telling that, yeah, I need a software where I need a login page also. Oh, you need a login page. Okay, fine. We can develop. We'll take that requirement. But developers, what they will think, hey, already we have developed some code, right, for Amazon. Let us keep the same thing here also. Anyhow, the same login page is code. Why you want to write the code again? We already have the code, so they will use the same. But here in the customer 2 is not given the requirement for forgot password. But since we have copied the code from Amazon, this Amazon is already having the forgot password code. Developers are not checked, they have given for testing. When we are testing, we have tested username, password. But when we see the forgot password, we got shocked. What is this? This is not there in the requirement. So we will track it as a defect. We communicated the defect to developer. Developer will tell, hey boss, this is an enhancement. This is the improvement. If customer is not given, but still the end users need the forgot password, no? Chances are that we might forget the password, no? So that time we will tell RFP. Understood?
Yep.
Yes. So this is about your defect life cycle.